Okay, we gotta talk about this. It's an article by cnbc. Businesses sick of policing mask use to prevent coronavirus ask government to step in. Yeah, it's published Tuesday, July 7th, 2020, 1:47 p.m. EDT. Updated Tuesday, July 7th, 2020, 4:08 p.m. EDT. It's co-authored by Noah Higgins Dunn and Leslie Josephs at Higgins Dunn and at Leslie Josephs. So the key points here. With a patchwork, there's three key points here. With a patchwork of state and local rules mandating face coverings in public places, companies are left to enforce their own mask policies. Companies are concerned about the spread of COVID-19 to their employees and customers. The CDC and federal agencies have recommended face coverings as a way to prevent the spread of the coronavirus when physical distancing isn't possible. Okay. Desperate to keep their workers safe and their lights on, retailers reached out to the National Governors Association, urging policymakers for their help in sending a strong and uniform message about social distancing and wearing a mask. The letter Monday from the Retail Industry Leaders Association comes amid a huge surge in coronavirus cases, with total cases in the U.S. doubling since mid-May, and an increasingly hostile backlash against facial coverings. Businesses from retailers to movie theaters have been faced with a patchwork of rules from state and local governments as they have reopened their businesses. Yeah, because that's why they started doing COVID in the first place, to shut down the businesses. Okay? To lock us all in our homes. Okay? With no other choice, they've been attempting to implement their own mandates for face masks and also enforce them. Yeah, that's why the stats are so overwhelming. That's why all these people are dying, all right? One video of body bags. Just one. Not to mention seeing Don Lemon and all these freaks cry all over the TV. The salty tears of a Trump hater. Fucking incredible. Despite the compliance from the majority of Americans, yes, compliance. Key word here. They use the right adjective for once in their life. Compliance. Retailers are alarmed with the instances of hostility and violence frontline employees are experiencing by a vocal minority of customers who are under the misguided impression that wearing a mask is a violation of their civil liberties. The retail group, whose members include Best Buy, Dollar General, and Home Depot, wrote in the letter, which was made public on Tuesday, wearing a mask is not about fear, and it certainly should not reflect one's politics. But it does. Okay? It does reflect people's politics. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommend the use of facial coverings, such as masks, when it's difficult to maintain a distance from other people, although there's no federal order requiring people to do so. There's no federal order! Boom! Mask mandates, however, have increasingly become a debate, drawing criticism and, in one instance, threats that led to a top local health official in Southern California to resign. Yeah, good. Even in states where masks are required when in public, workers are often called upon to enforce the policy in stores, bars, and airplanes. When customers arrive without them, some instances have resulted in violence. In the Van Nuys section of Los Angeles in May, before California required masks to be worn by all residents outside their homes, and they want you to do it inside too. Fucking idiots. I see people on Twitter, mask mandate now, in all caps. Blocked! And reported, okay, for spreading misinformation. A Target employee was punched by a customer who refused to wear a mask. The employee fell and broke his left arm, according to the Los Angeles Police Department. At a Dollar Tree in Michigan, a customer wiped his nose, that's going too far, on an employee's shirt that's just nasty, after she advised him to wear a mask inside the store. First of all, these people never advise you, okay? They attack you. They set on you like rabid dogs. And when you defend yourself, they paint you as the harasser. They paint you as the initial aggressor. That's the world we live in now. Right? Yeah. That's the world they want us to stay in forever and ever. At a Dollar Tree in Michigan, a customer wiped his nose. Yeah, like I said, that's going too far. It's going way too far. On an employee shirt after she advised him to wear a mask inside the store. But these people with these masks also go too far. They slander you. And a security guard at a Family Dollar store, also in Michigan, was fatally shot after a dispute broke out when he asked a customer who wasn't wearing a mask to leave the store. Many public health officials and infectious disease experts agree that masks have proven effective at preventing the spread of COVID-19. A statewide mandate is better than a local version because places where masks are required are controlling their outbreaks, and a statewide mandate unifies the messaging about their effectiveness. Oh, God almighty. So the back of the box says that masks don't work, right? It says they don't work. So how do you wear it properly? How do you wear a mask properly to stop the spread of COVID? Seeing as how I don't have to worry about COVID because I'm healthy as a bull, right? But just to dig into the narrative, somebody tell me how to wear a mask properly, right? Just to dig into the narrative. I'm completely baffled as to why masking became such a political issue and such an ideological issue, Ostrowski said. Oh, wait. A statewide mandate, and a statewide mandate unifies the messaging of effectiveness, said Dr. Louis Ostrowski, a professor of infectious diseases at McGovern Medical School at UT Health in Houston. Quote unquote, I'm completely baffled as to why masking became such a political issue and such an ideological issue, Ostrowski said. We've never had a problem with no shirt, with no shoes, no shirt, no service. We've never had a problem with no smoking indoors. So proven to prevent, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why we have a problem with masks, Dr. Ostrowski. Because the story around this virus reeks of corruption. We don't have a problem with wearing a shirt inside a store or making sure you have shoes on when you walk in the dirty floor. We don't have a problem with that because that's just common decency, sir. But there's no false narrative around wearing shoes inside the store. You're keeping your feet clean, right? You don't have to have a problem with keeping your feet clean, right? You want to walk back into your house and track all the dirt that was on the floor in that store and outside and all the place all over your house? Be my guest, but that's not me, okay? Now, with this mask, this whole story stinks to high heaven. With these masks, it stinks to high heaven of corruption, okay? But if you speak out against it, family cuts you off because they watch the news, they see all this shit, but they're not seeing what I'm seeing, okay? I want to see what they're seeing, but they only want to show me one video, all right? Mind you, he might be in another state, but he has his sister. He can always ask for my number. He can always ask about me. He can always say, how's your son doing, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That conversation can always develop, My loving uncle can always just reach out to me and say, hey, son, have you heard what's going on recently? Blah, blah, blah. You paying attention? Nah. Oh, no. Blood don't mean shit. Scientists say the virus can spread, proven to prevent the spread. Scientists say the virus can spread through respiratory droplets that pass when an infected person coughs or sneezes, and studies suggest face masks may serve as a helpful barrier. You know what else helps? Covering your mouth. Having some manners helps. Right. Turning away when you have to cough and covering your mouth. Washing your hands helps. Okay? When an infected person coughs or sneezes, and studies suggest face masks may serve as a helpful barrier. Quote unquote, all politics aside, it's clear from scientific and safety perspectives that wearing a mask reduces the likelihood of transmission of disease. Whether you're a Republican or Democrat, you breathe the same air and you exhale the same air, said Dr. Betty Chu, an Associate Chief Clinical Officer and Chief Quality Officer at Henry Ford Health System in Michigan. I would say it's pretty clear from a scientific perspective that wearing a mask reduces the transmissions, he said. But it says on the back of the box, oh illustrious doctor, it says it on the back of the box. So if Dr. Betty Chu could elucidate for those of us who don't wear a mask, why the manufacturers of the mask apparently lied on the back of the box And if she could elucidate for me how to properly wear a mask, what's the hack, doctor? I want to know. Okay? At first, the CDC didn't advise the use of face masks, but that was before experts understood the extent at which people could spread the virus before the onset of symptoms, according to the Mayo Clinic. It also wasn't known that some people who have COVID-19 and show no symptoms could unknowingly spread the virus. The evidence, quote unquote, is conclusive that places that do better in masking have lower rates, Ostrowski said, and I think we're experiencing the consequence of ambiguous, unclear messaging about masking. Mask mandates vary. In some cases, states without widespread orders have left the debate for municipalities and businesses to decide, including areas where cases are spiking, like Arizona and Florida. Ooh! Two key states, Trump states. Red states. Somehow, when Black Lives Matter gets together, people can tell me, oh, most of them had masks on. I've seen the videos, man. If you were really concerned about safety,